to the JSFL. We have the Minneapolis Fishers at 1-2, heading to Atlanta to fight the 2-1 Atlanta Predators. Yes, these teams just played, but the schedule hasn't. They'll play again. Same destination. We're here in Atlanta, and yeah, it should be a good one underway. Big injury. It's only going to happen for 1 week, but Tony Dackerson, he's out this game. Will be returning next week. Atlanta's injuries, Peyton Weddis and Brent Ruiz still on there. They're still out for a decent amount of time. And then Eric Shady, he's out today. He'll be back week 9. And then a big injury on the old line. Perry Webb will be out to the wild card weekend if Atlanta so makes it. So big injuries there. Gerald Aguilar also out from Minneapolis this week. There's the injury report, but big story. Carl Carroll's traded for a 6th-round pick because they don't have a backup. So we'll see how this game ends out as we'll bring you to your comp tips and start this one away.
Josh Lambert now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Here at their leader. Will be calling the plays under center.
What I enjoyed this week is that Drew has to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to win.
And then out of the gun. So 3 and 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Given 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, no line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7.
A little defense right there. Nicholson, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
No, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Safety. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him in football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there. 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense first down and 10. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. And it will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
This could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section when the columnist write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? What your game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. On first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line?
Love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10. Second and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a third and short, third and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be fourth down. Opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Where did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to Preston. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
There's a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers and no distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He just started in once he saw the run develop. It appeared to be a case of see ball, hit ball.
The play fake.
This when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
For the sack, they'll come up now, third and long.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
They go empty backfield as they look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. So they won't move through again against your advice, but the result's still a fourth down.
Well, it did turn out to be a safe throw. Sometimes coaches talk about using short passing game as a run. Essentially, that's what they did there. Now they can kick it away.
Now here's Rudo Sanchez, standing right on his own 5-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still.
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He's going to keep it. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking him and running, so they'll leave him with second and a yard.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Second and 1. Intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he's set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you. And you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How do you not score?
Now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. From 4 yards out, as these guys are able to strike first in this opening quarter. That didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
When that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. They got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what the result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. But they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Incomplete. Give his man room to run underneath, but it's second down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Look to throw. He goes down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. The Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
They've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory. Get back over my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you. You want to really take shit. What's going on here?
Things up here for this next play. Now yet another incompletion here is on 3rd.
What would the dime make that time? Defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he's getting a workout here this first quarter as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Soul searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. To throw here. It's complete. Field down to the 30 before it's all said and done. Well executed 22-yard gain.
Now they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off them? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now. Out of gun. 30 down to 25. That would a pick up a 15 for Jacksonville.
I think they like this drive a little bit better. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First down. I believe the Colts cover. Yes, they have. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
Watch that leverage on this drive. Action fake. They'll look to throw. That's complete. Taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. After the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Short one here, complete to his tight end. This winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And the perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. Okay, so they gave up the completion. I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And give this time to the tailback. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It did take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy this caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll give it here to his running back. He'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll find his man on the outside. Down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 11 that time, and it Colts 1st down.
Coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. How they get much more balance than this? Big time run, big time pass.
A 1-2 combination looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of approach.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There can be plenty more before this game is over.
Vinatieri now for the point after. And it's good to make it 15-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one to the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And give this time to the tailback. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Right, the blitz are still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. And 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now out of the gun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just short of the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
2nd and 4. Incomplete. Force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Down at the Colts 25-yard line.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Made sure the quarterback saw it and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. The short one here, complete to the tight end. Completion good for 3 and it's 2nd down.
Partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. He got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And now out of the gun. That one a pick up of 15 for Jacksonville.
Actually like it. The running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Running game working. Stick with it on 1st down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
We see those runs to the perimeter, we see those runs to the edge. We think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down here just shy of 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Good, nice, crisp run for down. The defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. First and 10 at the 16. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
No matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And this one's incomplete.
To get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. A handoff looking right. Down at the 3. It's a game of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Okay, so second quarter, look at their deficit and where they're at on the field. They're going for this, right?
I think that they are, because down at this point, they just made that big move. Ride the momentum wave while you can. I know people think, hey, you're going to get some points here. Hey, you're riding it big time. Go get it done.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This one in. He's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the mid gain on the last attempt, they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Oftentimes, if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
He turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. A touchdown run of 6 yards. And Lambo now after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return. They'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They had a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for. You got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll give it here to his running back. He went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction. That leads to 2nd down.
The coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Just pass the safety close on that one, coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Try and check into a pass next time.
Got him for a loss. Really great play defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But it's incomplete.
Very good time there, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here. That incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Man, old momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchdown. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? First down, they'll run it on the draw play. It didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man. He's like,
He's a big man. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talking about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend. To throw.
Going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it to 37. 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they feel really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. Back to 45. He sets the fire deep. That will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
You just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up being complete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, they're not able to get it done.
Inside the 20. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16. A pick up of just 2. And they'll make this a 2nd down.
This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 8. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. We now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Teams appear ready for the fight ahead. We resume action here in quarter number 3. This is Field at the goal line. The 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the Jaguars now as they're going offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. Overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They're over the middle to start things out. And 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. To his left. Get it up just short of 45 at the 44. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
They try the right side here. 16 yards that's out of the pickup for the Giants and a first down.
He does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now for Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Trying a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're open, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Time to the tailback. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. Inside the 20 before his first down. Give him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line.
Him is once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have something about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for it to take off.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The red zone now. Be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now give it here to his running back. The line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile. Stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Pressure drops. He brought down at the 6-yard line. They'll convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 6-yard touchdown run. As they are extra point away now from tying this football game. Solid job up front, and just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Lambo to add on the extra point. Now we've got a good one, Brown. Brown now up at 14. Play drive that time. And it's kept off. A touchdown run of 6 yards. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. It's fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
It'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spot and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan is showing you.
The second wave of tacklers is going to get him. They stop him behind the line. It's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's continuing here in the third quarter.
I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And that one gets well outfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
Come on, set. 19,
Your sack all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd and 14. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Set up to throw. The throw there going to be incomplete.
Timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's on for the 5th time here today. He gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. Comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now here, that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there, and it'll be 2nd and 9. Small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
That's why they lit up a little bit on meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
That's complete. They get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. You're going to blitz. Likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to win, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they're looking there right there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They try to quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're open, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run it now. How to go? 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
This is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down. A good decision in the end. The pull and run gets him 9 yards and a 1st.
They knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that 1st down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get because remember, he slides with that derriere dips, if you will. That play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now a handoff here to his from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing Because you don't have to throw it. You come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Jaguars on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 2. Catch of the afternoon, and that gets him first down. They like going to him, and he catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's not. He'll try and run it. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And he's proven really effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can. And that's what he's done very well in this game.
And that's going to be incomplete. Contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 4. He can't find a receiver. He's brought down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
Did everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. The kick by Lambo is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. Here Yings with a field goal. It does give them the lead. This one's still certainly a long way from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on the defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now after the main field goal, back out Lambo to kick this one off. He's feeling at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. These guys had a punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. The amount of sacks that they've observed in this game is absolutely Offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
You've got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Set up the screen. It's complete.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there and take the hit and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Tell you what, partner, after the ice is down, he's going to be a nice man soaking a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a pass. He gets us away. This is taken at about the 14. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard too shabby. Possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it?
Time to the tailback. And we'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he'll feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football. And that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Different ways to create space for him. He did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. Ended up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On the set, 53, check 53.
He went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And they were good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
We're really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays. Been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. Taken at the 18. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. Getting ready to go. Tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. That throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers. And when the mechanics are off, or if they make a bad throw, then they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
He's got his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 10 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Action fake. They look to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. That's just a little bit off. Maybe try to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10. The corner's complete. He's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. This time he's got the hook up. It's complete. This will be a game of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
About the game there on 2nd down, that was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here, that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 15-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
To fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Whenever you're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone you're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams and the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Familiar sight all afternoon as they stop in behind the line.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Maybe get him the ball out of the passing game. Swing pass outside or something. There's something to vary it up. Back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Terry's kick is good. And we are all tied here on the final stages. So big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of garbage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So he's right on the line between the two. Play the best defense you can and not make it easy for him to move the ball downfield.
17-17 the score. Even to this point as he kicks away. Taken in the end zone. No run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now out come the Jags. They punted last time they had it. Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is going to be intercepted. Near the 29. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter and it's a tie game. You got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Coming out now. And last time they got 40 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased and they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And it gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you'll hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. His running back is Right down the middle of the field. The big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would be pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. I'll give it here to his running back. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes out of Gatorade. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Just inside the 10. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now, handoff here to his push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And the Giants will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to be stuck cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now, how they go? Touchdown, Minneapolis. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence. Hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
It's Harry connecting on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And we'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So now the Jags down by 7. 70 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready? Set it over.
off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the end route. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Lambo on for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Get the connection on a long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all-yard scores. He sends this one away. He's fielded at the 2. And on a bad return here, he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
Gotta feel comfortable with that. But they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Play action, they'll throw. It's incomplete. Complete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he'll be ended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain.
That answers the question in my head. They're going to go for the win right now.
I think you're absolutely right. They're not content with going to OT. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now back to throw. Find his man on the outside. And past the 40. He's out of bounds. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Final final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. He's fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. First drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
Had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's a game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So first and 10 now from the 30. This time to the tailback. And tough going there as he only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there that'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a test play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
Certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss like 40% of their throws. Somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball. He's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They'll look to throw.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez on for a very important punt here in overtime. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and have someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself. And that's what he's done here in this game.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. The defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because bases can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll give it here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. ball before being tackled. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
But when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What do you say? It's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Fake on the give here as they try to run past Usher. 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So they hooked up with a veteran there in overtime. That's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of situation, sometimes it's like slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them.
The field. This just shy of midfield. They're spotted at the 49. 11 yards there for Jacksonville. First down as well. Boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver. What did we coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. He goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. Part of this pretty good drive there. I know if I'm on the other side, Ron, that offense, kind of helpless, isn't it? Because they may not touch the football at all because they could have to go touchdown. This thing's over.
Absolutely. That would write an ending to this script. We'll see what happens. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
If you're a selfish player, you're throwing the ball, completion. Maybe not so good with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. That kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Field strike. This is 30. Gain of 24.
I think it all came together there. In route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
That's complete. 2nd down. Right now, every little bit of yardage helps. His range is just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. Get, as you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
2nd and 5. Down at the 13-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Red zone now. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football there. So we will see another drive.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They go with its double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. This being their second opportunity in overtime. Third overall drive. See if they can settle into it.
That's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. And I'll tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands.
To pick up 7 yards there. That gets into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a handoff. Able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. A gain of 11 there, time to call it first down.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he should have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yards about to develop. That goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
2nd and 11. And that's complete. Getting 10 back as that sets him up for.
Barney set the goal range really well. Thought he was going deep and thrown it back inside for a nice completion.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah, that's really a whole lot more. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Let's see who's fast.
Time to the tailback. Get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All I thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. Down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Run it now out of the gun. A gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across midfield and get it. Success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, Keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to him.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Set up to throw. It's complete. He's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one for Minneapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they've been getting it on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Back to it on first down. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. I know you would every carry, especially in overtime, to say if you're that ball carrier, hold on your football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free.
Like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before. Terry. This to overtime. He got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Regain the lead. Drive started the shadow their own goalpost all the way back at the 2. Pretty nice job of getting downfield and at least getting 3.
Agreed on that one. A real nice job because really their goal was to get out of the shadows of those goalposts and give themselves a little bit of room to help out their defense. Instead, they got 3 points out of it.
We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.